What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about XPENG stock. Now, a lot of people have been really focused on NIO recently and have been kind of sleeping on a little bit XPENG. They're still an amazing Chinese electric vehicle company that you definitely need to keep on your radar. We're going to go over everything that XPENG has been up to, and there are a couple of analysts that think XPENG could reach $100 a share very soon, so we're going to take a look at that. Now, before we get into this video, if you guys enjoy the information that I provide for you, please go down and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me get this information out to as many people as possible. And if you would like to support me as a creator, I have created a little store where you can get some merch. These designs are pretty cool, in my opinion. If you guys would like to support me, please go over and get yourself something cool. We've got the Short the VIX logo, buy the dip, short the VIX, long Bitcoin, and there's going to be some more stuff added every couple of weeks. So make sure you go take a look at that if you're interested. So if we go over and take a look at the chart of XPENG, we can see that it kind of peaked in November at around $73.90 a share. It could have hit higher intraday, but this is what this chart is showing, and then had a massive sell-off off the highs down back into the $37 mark and kind of saw a little bit of a bounce towards the end and the beginning of this year due to the run-up in NIO Day. So NIO Day was this Saturday. NIO announced a lot of different things, and XPENG is probably going to be moving off of the things that NIO had released. Now, they're pretty close competitors, so they're going to move kind of in tandem. Sometimes when NIO announces good news, XPENG will go down, but sometimes when it's pretty similar technology that they both have, they'll probably move together. If we go over and take a look at this article over here, we can see that Benzinga did a survey, will XPENG stock reach 100 by 2022? Now, every week, Benzinga conducts a sentiment survey to find out what traders are most excited about, interested in, or thinking about as they manage and build their personal portfolios. Now, they surveyed over 300 investors on whether XPENG's NYSE, XPEV, that's the ticker symbol, stock will reach 100 by 2022. So that's about a year of time. They didn't really specify in what time of 2022. That could be a year of time from now or 2 years. And 62% of readers think it will. Now, it currently trades at around 46.80 at the time of this publication off the 52-week low of 17. Now, XPENG has been up to a lot of good things recently. They announced their vehicle delivery results for December 2020. Now, they had a record monthly delivery of 5,700 vehicles in December of 2020, a 326% increase year over year. If you look at NIO's numbers, they were only a 100% increase. And if you look at LI Auto's numbers, another Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer, those numbers increased about 500%. And they had an increase, XPENG had an increase of 35% month over month. Now, they also had a record quarterly delivery of almost 13,000 vehicles in Q4, a 303% increase year over year, and a 51% increase from Q3. And they delivered a total of 27,000 vehicles in 2020. Overall, a 112% increase year over year. Now, when comparing the monthly and quarterly delivery numbers for XPENG and NIO, they are pretty similar. So XPENG has really been catching up to NIO in the short term, but when you look at the total of the year, NIO did around 40 to 45,000 delivered vehicles, where XPENG is still sitting around 27,000, which is still pretty good for a new electric vehicle manufacturer, but they have a long way to go. Similarly to NIO, XPENG has plans on expanding into the European market. So the company will deliver 100 of its G3 vehicles to buyers in Norway, marking the first time it's directly delivering to individuals in Europe. This vehicle has a range of 323 miles and sells for $41,000. So this delivery, the 100 vehicles, was completed by Christmas. And XPENG is a little bit different from NIO in this regard, because NIO has said that they have plans with creating a full distribution chain with dealerships, factories, and charging stations all over Europe. And we've seen this kind of language written in their share offering. And once we kind of figure out their convertible share note offering and see what they're they're going to be using those funds for. I think we're going to see NIO using a lot of those funds for European expansion. Now, XPENG has only said anything about directly delivering cars to the European market. Now, that's not a great business model. It's not cost effective. It's not really efficient. So if they really want to gain a sufficient market share in Europe, they're going to need to ramp up their manufacturing and get their products across Europe in a better way and follow NIO's footsteps in terms of building a factory or a dealership. Now, I think these targets for XPENG are pretty accurate. If XPENG can keep innovating at the same pace that they're doing right now, we could definitely see it hit 100 at the end or beginning of 2022, because we're going to see NIO keep innovating, we're going to see LI Auto keep innovating, and we're definitely going to see Tesla keep coming out with new products and new technology. All of these electric vehicle companies kind of move with each other. This move right here was when NIO kind of really started ripping, and then once XPENG started getting noticed and came out with its own news, this is when we saw it push all the way up into the mid $70 mark. Now, I think that XPENG could break this previous high within 2020. The only thing is we don't know when. We don't really have any idea when they're going to do another capital raise, what they're going to be using the funds that they already have for, or what new technology they're going to be coming out with. As of right now, they don't have an XPENG Day scheduled anytime soon, and NIO's NIO Day really had a good benefit on their share price because they were able to unveil all of their new technology. Now, XPENG is still a very good option if you want to get into the Chinese electric vehicle space in terms of your investments. You just have to think of what the costs and benefits are, whether you want to go with NIO, the top dog in China, XPENG, the number 2, or LI, in my opinion, the number 3, or if you want to go with the typical Tesla and you think that's going to keep going up in the future. Now, I might use a slightly different option strategy than I typically use for my trades. If we go over to the option chain of XPENG, I can really kind of take a look at this. There's nothing really crazy about the open interest. There's nothing super unusual. But I think what I might try to do is try to buy some near the money or at the money leaps and give myself some leverage in this position. Now, what I would be looking at here is I would probably buy something in this range, the $65 strike for January 21st, 2022, or maybe if I was feeling a little bit more risky, go out to the $90 strike for 2022. Now, the reason that you would do this is because it's basically leveraging your money. When you buy these contracts that are out of the money, that have a lot of time on them, you're essentially owning 100 shares. Now, it's not really like owning 100 shares because there's still some intrinsic and extrinsic value differences that you have to account for versus if you were to just go and buy these in-the-money leaps. In-the-money leaps kind of give you the leverage that you would need. So if you take a look over here, these $35 strikes would cost you $1,900 a contract to control 100 shares of XPENG at this price. Now, if you were to buy 100 shares, it would cost you right now $44.36, so that would be about $4,500 in order to own 100 shares of XPENG. Now, I can control 100 shares of XPENG at the $35 strike for 2022 for $1,900. Now, if this company goes past the break-even point, which would be 35 plus this premium, so it would be about $49 would be my break-even. I could exercise these contracts and buy XPENG for $35 for 100 shares. Now, that would be a strategy that I might consider using if I think this company is going to be ramping up and going up a lot in the future. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed what I had for you in this one, please go down and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to support me as a creator on YouTube and you really enjoy the information that I have given you, please go click that link in the description and go check out the merch that I have made for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.